ready. I get the W, throw the confetti.
Back in September, the Steamers lost a thriller in their against the Broncos. Can Denver finish the sweep? Next.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with their opponents. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And off we go from Denver. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, they'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 58 yards, and a score.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Allen's got it over the middle. Shoves him aside. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A huge play there for Denver. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Now Gillisley. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3, and it was the Broncos getting the road victory, so they'll look to take the season series now here in Denver. This is Gillisley. Bulldozes past him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers. 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carry
the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. So opening drive, third down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on third down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a three-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain. That's
incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And this one is right through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Throwing on first down, Boston. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Let's go!
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line. Back to throw. Boston. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
On 2nd down now, it's Rose. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
To throw on 3rd down, Boston. Open man, this is Lewis. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 24-yard line.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
They'll run on first down. Rose. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. The numbers for him from a week ago. A boatload of carries, 128 yards, and a touchdown.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
To throw on second down, Boston. Down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. Boston. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Successful toss play to the right there. It's interesting. Teams seem to run the toss a lot more to the right than to the left.
It's usually a little more natural. Right-handed quarterback, typically your power side running the ball is to the right side with your guard and your tackle. In college football, they used to call it student body right because you had everyone on that side, including a fullback leading. In the pros, they don't call it that, but it's still the same result.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Gillisley. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second down and 4. They'll set up a throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look. 6 DBs. Looking to throw. He's going to air one out. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Broncos. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have taken the lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Boston. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line. They'll try the left side. It's Rose. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a give, right side. Rose looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Back to throw. Boston. And he hits his target, the tight end Lewis. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Our score after 1 here on EA Sports. On to the 2nd quarter. Memphis in possession of the football. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this 2nd go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7. Operating from the gun. Boston. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Boston. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This is Gibson. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run with Gillisley, and he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Let's go. Let's do this. Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Finding some room at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And to give this time to the tailback. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Now Gillisley loses it. It's out. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video...
Yeah, baby!
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. Now, they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to throw. Boston, throw left side, complete. That's Lewis. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. The offense on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Boston. And the Broncos get there and take him down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they got no chance to win this game.
And on now is the punter, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. 49 yards on the ground for him so far.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's got Allen. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gallagher, and he will have the Broncos 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Field goal range, punt, go for it, but as you said, they picked it up. And they'll run on the inside handoff, down to about the 22 here. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Back to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st down, Barton. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Second and 6. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Gallagher. And the Broncos are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Well, he does have one touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him first and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a second time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. They'll try to run it in with Gillisley. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And Charles is able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
Extra point safely through. And the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Boston. He's going to take another shot here. And that is incomplete. Well, these two teams have met up in Denver earlier this season with the Broncos winning that one. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Denver. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Boston. 20! And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got it? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. A 3rd field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
This is Gibson. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL here on this first day of November. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, where it was the visiting Raiders who were able to come away with the road win. The Raiders get a much-needed win there to start the second half as they move back to within a game of 500 at 4-5. From there, we're off to check out another game, and they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are making a strong play to be postseason bound come January as they run their mark to 7-2 with the victory. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Miami Dolphins. The Chiefs close out the first half with the victory, but the damage has already been done as it's just their second against 6 defeats. We'll continue on and take a look at the next-gen stats from the first half. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Broncos,
due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Looking to throw. Boston. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. Off play action. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
And the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, and this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
He finds his man, complete. That's Rose. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. 64 was Matt Prater's record. This would top that by a yard. And his kick here is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They were winners last week in that game against Kansas City, and they are on top right now as well. They've got it 1st and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They stay on the ground. This is Gillisley again.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Now back to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense.
And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Rose, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 3rd down, Rose, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
On 1st and 10, Boston. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time you wait for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off the play. Boston. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Back to throw.
Boston.
The quick slant caught. Touchdown. A great effort there, with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Steamers have come back to make it a 2-point game. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third.
And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back and get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case, they'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Boston. He finds his man. Complete. That's Rose. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Rose. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Back to throw. Boston firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. From the gun, Boston. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
They'll run on first down. Rose. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
57 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all. Challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Rose. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And his kick is indeed good. And with that, they have taken the lead by a point here in the 4th. So it's another field goal here. He may need to ice his leg after this one. That's now 5 field goals converted in this game alone.
Yeah, get the trainer. They're going to need this guy. And they've needed every single one of the field goals he's made, too. If they're going to get out of here with a win, I say he gets a game ball.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They're going to look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play. Just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They go play action here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the fourth quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Boston. Caught right side. It's Lewis. That catch good for only a couple. It's Rose. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 75 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Back to throw. Boston. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Denver's offense now set to go. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Gallagher. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. He'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
2nd and 9. They'll look to throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jenkins. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only one score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Rose. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Looking to throw. Boston. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Boston. He finds his man, complete. That's Rose. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Looking to throw. Boston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Here we go on 4th down. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. Sean McVay's gamble does not pay off. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And he's got this down to the 35. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Here's 2nd and 9. Going to give this time to the tailback. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will push the lead up to 5. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, Those will be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The situation for them offensively as follows. Down by 5, a minute 45 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. And Lewis has it, the tight end. Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. Back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. And they'll indeed take a knee. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And I think you'd have to label this an upset. Yes, they were at home, but still an upset. They got the job done.
Yeah, even being at home was not enough for people to think they were going to pull this one off. But give them credit.